Hey everyone, and welcome back to another Rise of Civilization Commander Spotlight. My name is Legend Ronnie, and this is Sun Tzu Commander Spotlight video. I'm going to try to go through and explain to you the best way I can and the best way you could use Sun Tzu, or how I would advise and give you tips for it. So let me get started. Sun Tzu. He is a commander from China, a tactical genius, I have no doubt in that. I will not have to go through his skills, you can basically read that yourself if you already have them. But what I have to say about Sun Tzu is that he is a AoE nuker. What is that meaning? That means that he is going to do area damage. It says over there a maximum of 3 targets in a fine shaped area. You can see that yourself when you're going to use him, how that fun shaped area is going to work. Now, he can be one of the greatest, if not the best, free to play AoE commander because of his new expertise skill, Book of Aeons. With this particular expertise skill, when he is getting unlocked, and the way you can get it unlocked is obviously by maxing all his 4 skills. Once you unlock this one, he's going to hit a maximum of 5 targets, doing a 800 damage factor plus another 200 to this target for the next turn. Now, the main thing that you want to keep in mind about this skill is that Sun Tzu gains an additional 50 rage for each target hits by this skill. So that could be a total of 250 rage that he is going to get back. Let's not forget about... Now you can read here that he is a master strategist, and this should basically boost the infantry. Damage taken reduce, so increase troops damage reduction, increase infantry units health by 4%. What we can read from this one, it says increase troops damage reduction, and by that I think it means all the troops, because you can see that it says separately increase infantry units health by 4%. So this is 2 separate things. It doesn't say infantry damage and health. There are 2 separate things, so it reduces the troops damage and it only increases the health bonus of infantry. So if you want to ask me personally, this does not really make him an infantry commander just because it gives them 10% health bonus. Let's be serious. So he is an AoE damaging commander. Now you might be wondering, who could he work best with? His usability, if you want to ask me personally, is very limited, and the couple of commanders that he would work with, or me personally I would use him with, would be Tomoe, but Tomoe only as his secondary commander for this particular skill, which is going to grant him another 15% skill damage increase. So Sun Tzu as the main commander and Tomoe as the secondary commander. Then another commander I would try him with. This would be the only free to play pair that you can make for AoE group damage. This guy does the same thing in a fun shape area. It hits up to 3 targets and it does damage to all 3 of them. And Kusunoki is a very good archer booster. It boosts the archers quite their attack damage. But Sun Tzu and Kusunoki together, they could make the best free to play AoE damage combination. Another combination that Sun Tzu could work with is Isionji, and this is where I am personally trying to aim and try in the future, because you can read here Iseong-ji, it does the same thing in the fan shape area. It's going to hit 5 targets. So you use Iseong-ji and you use Sun Tzu with whichever troops you would like, and you use them for this particular purpose with the rage build talent, just to do AoE damage. Because obviously you probably know, and you've seen in wars, that there is a lot of groups going on. So if this particular group, if you know how to control it, avoid it from damage, and just try to hit as many enemies as possible, you're going to do a tremendous amount of damage on them. So this could be a very good combination for that particular task. I would personally would not try Sun Tzu in any other way. So this is a very limited usability for this commander. He is only good for group fights. So Sun Tzu with Kusunoki, or Sun Tzu with Tomoe as his secondary commander, or Sun Tzu with Iseong-ji. You can see what Iseong-ji 4th skill, it does the same thing, it's just going to increase his 1st skill. And that's the same thing what Sun Tzu does with his 4th skill, is just going to increase his 1st skill. But remember, I would only advise Sun Tzu after you manage to unlock his expertise skill. So this would be the only few setups that Sun Tzu would be good. Now where could you use Sun Tzu? I already mentioned it. You can only use him in group fights when there is a lot of people. Another way you can use Sun Tzu, and I'm going to see if I can make something similar about it. So I'm going to try just to show you what I'm trying to say about Sun Tzu. I'm just trying to get in a position where I can hit multiple targets. I'm not entirely sure if this is going to be enough, but if this is going to work, Sun Tzu should be able to hit all 3 targets on top over there. No, it's not. You can see the fan shape area, how small it is. So the fan shape area is not really that great. But obviously in group of fights, the enemy, they are clumped together. So obviously you're definitely going to hit a couple of people. So that's why his usability, in my opinion and my advice, is very limited. The only way I might think the other groups, he would be able to AoE them, but you get the idea what I'm trying to say. And this is another way you can probably kill both barbarians using less action points. If they are grouped, if the barbarians, they are grouped together and you manage to hit them, they're obviously going to attack you, and you're going to spend only the action points for the initial barbarians. That was another thing I wanted to show to you, but unfortunately it didn't really work the way I wanted to. If these guys are not going to move by the time I get there, this could be the finest example that I can show to you. Hopefully they don't move. Don't move! Yeah, I cut. They moved. They moved again. So the range is not going to be enough because they moved. But I think this might work now. If those are not going to move again, come on. For the love of God, stop moving. Now you see what I'm trying to say. I only spent action points of hitting one barbarian, and I'm actually hitting 2 barbarians right now for the cost of the same action points. And what you need to do is make sure you click the camp button, so that way once the initial group is going to die, your commander is going to stay there and is going to hit the other barbarians, so you get more for your action points by using just Sun Tzu. So they are smashed, and now we are going to fight the other group, and we haven't spent more action points. You could have checked on the left hand corner, we spent the same amount of action points for the initial group. So this is what Sun Tzu is good for, group fights, and this would be the only way I would use him, either in PvP or killing barbarians. Oh, I haven't done a quest, look at that. Which I haven't done. Alright, so I hope you find this interesting. This is pretty much everything that I have to say about Sun Tzu. I would say that, as I mentioned, in terms of AoE, area damage, group damage, him and Lee Seong-ji would be the best matchup right now because of Sun Tzu last expertise skills. So I hope you find this interesting. Until next time, this is Legend Ronnie. Peace out, bro. And I'll see you on the next video.